So this topic for discussion today came across when I was talking to my brother from another mother, Will, and he actually came up with this topic right here. So shout out to my best friend from middle school to this day who helped me come up with this topic. Now enjoy the listen. Welcome back to Lawn Dude on Earth. Thank you for listening to the show today. Let's see what topic we get into after the intro. Welcome back to Lawn Dude Unearthed. So, do you have a business, or better yet, do you run a business, or does the business run you? Yeah, I know. Got you thinking over there. Let me ask that question again for those people in the back. You already know who you are. Do you run a business, or does the business run you? Once again, since I'm coming to you this time of day, whatever it is, morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it is, I'm here speaking. I'm here speaking to myself. So let me go ahead and answer that question. When it comes to me, let me go ahead and tell you what that them rose colored glasses would say. If I was wearing rose colored glasses, I'd be like, yeah, I run the business. Don't no business run me. I got big crews going out. I got this going, that going. Man, I can't even keep that up because on this podcast, I keep it 100. I give you the real deal Holyfield. And that's all I know how to do is be real about it. So in my case, because I don't wear those rose colored glasses, I'm going to sit here and tell you the business runs me. That's just me being honest, man. The business runs me. A lot of people wonder why I went solo. That's part of the reason right there. Because the doggone business has been running me. I was going to say was right there. The business was running me, but it still is to this day. So some people wonder what's the difference. I'll tell you what the difference is. If you were to miss a day, a couple days, a week, a couple weeks, a few weeks, a month, any period of time away from your business, does it still make you money without you there? Without you having to problem solve every last little thing? Oh, I'll answer that question too. No, 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 and no. My business is not run without me going out, and it's always been that way, no matter how many people I've had working here. So part of the reason why I went solo is because I started paying attention and seeing that the business was running me. And I straight up said, until I get this into position where this business isn't running me and I'm actually running the business, I'm literally going to go solo. And that's what I've done. The last couple of years, I've been solo, trying to get this to where I'm running a business. At this point, it's a job. It's a job. Because once again, until I have people out doing this for me, I'm the technician, but most people say, are you a great technician or are you a great owner? I got to answer that one honestly. I was always a great technician. Still am a great technician. I feel like I've always been a great boss because honestly, I was in management before I even went to go do my own thing. I had bad bosses in the past, bad people who were ahead of me. I'm not going to say like bad as in they were just terrible. They just did things I didn't like. So because of this, I can sit here and comment and critique and say there are things that I've picked up from the great leaders I've, been underneath as far as working for them and the ones who weren't so great. I've picked up habits from each of them and it's made me a great owner to this day. That's when it comes to leading people. When it comes to actually running a business with the finances and all that, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I am the best at that. It's like I said, I feel like I'm a great technician. I'm a great leader. But when it comes to like doing the finances and all that, do I consider myself terrible at that? Yes and no. I say yes and no because the problem with me being such a great technician, me coming from a technician background, is I've been at companies where a machine would make your job night and day easier, and we weren't able to get it. So now that I'm the one that makes that decision for this company, I will go out and get a piece of equipment if it makes my job easier and saves a bunch of time, and it buys back my time, so to speak. I feel like that's why I say yes and no as far as being a good owner when it comes to finances and all that, because if I can justify, a certain amount, I will go ahead and just do it. And then a couple months later, when that payment hits with all the other payments you already have, I'm sitting here like, huh, yeah, was this a game changer that I had to have? The answer is yes, in a lot of times, but the other part to that question is this something that should have waited till we paid some other things down? Answer to that is usually yes. So that's where I say like I need to improve personally as an owner when it comes to running a business and not having the business run me. I need to get better at like knowing when to say no to a lot of these decisions that kind of put you in a compromised position in a couple of months when it comes to having to pay out things. So in my case, I've answered this. I know I've gone down a million and one rabbit holes, but my business runs me. And it sucks to say that. I hate saying that out loud, man. Again, I like being real, I like keeping it 100. But it is rough for me to sit here and say that and be honest and say, my business runs me. And I'm trying to make that change. I'm making serious efforts to make that change to actually having a business, man. Because that's what we all do this for the most part. Unless you're that owner who wants to be a technician for the rest of their lives. I'm gonna be completely honest with you, man. Being 35 years old, it sounds real good to say I want to be that technician out in the field for the rest of my life. But the owner in me says I need to switch some things up, man. Like I need to switch some things up because what happens when I'm older? You know what I mean? As I get older, what happens? Do I really want everything to be 110% on me the way it is now? My answer for that is no. I don't. I definitely don't. At one point, I'm sitting here like, let me just continue to be solo, man. Let me just stay solo. But then the question becomes, what you doing for retirement? If you're struggling now, how you save money for retirement? If you can't step away now, You know, how you going to do things moving forward? How? So I had some real conversations. I had some real deep prayers, and I'm still having deep prayers about this. How to make this transition, smooth transition into running a business. Today I'm running a business. It will be one of the biggest wins. I've been blessed, although the business runs me at the moment. I've been blessed that kids have had things at school, sporting events that I've been able to make time for. But I would have to jump through hoops, do this, do that when it comes to the route. You know, we've talked about vacations. I got to do this, do that. We just finished 4th of July weekend. I was able to take 4 days off, but I had to jump through hoops to make that happen. The day that I can just say I'm not going in that day, or I'm going to swing by this event for my kid and not have to worry about the work getting done, and it's still getting done, and this business is still making money without me putting my hands to any piece of equipment or anything, is the day I will put both my hands up in triumph. And you know, I already thank God for where I'm at now, but I'm really going to be jumping for joy and excited and ecstatic, man, because I haven't had that since I've been in business. I haven't had this company. You know what? That's not on anyone but myself. I hold myself 110% accountable for that. You heard my background story. I had my man Dom working for me. He was my right hand man and got promoted to supervisor along, dude. When we were doing this the Weekend Warrior thing. He has license, everything, man. Trained him up to do everything I was doing. That's an opportunity I look at to this day and I go, man, that's when I honestly should have really had my second crew going out. Especially since I was working at the time a full-time job and it wouldn't have been as much stress to do that. Since then, I've had some guys come close to that role, but it's always been one thing and one reason why they couldn't fully take over that role. And like I said, my next hire for help is not going to be a helper, it's not going to be a laborer, it's going to be a right hand man. It's going to be somebody who's licensed already. They may not be experienced operating equipment, but they'll at least be licensed, you know, experienced hopefully with some type of driving. So I figure if I can get it like that, then it shouldn't be so bad, you know, as far as growth. Because the way I'm looking at it is if you can do it like that, then as we essentially grow, you know what I mean, or at least get them experience enough on some type of machinery to where they can go without me, it's not so hard to bring in a guy who can be a laborer to them. Toughest part would be training that main person to go without you. That is what I intend to make important. So for me, one of my goals is definitely that, because I repeat, I will have a business that I'm running. The business will not be running me. That is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That is what is going to happen. That is exactly what's going to happen. Because I refuse to put in all this time that I've put in to this just to have a business that runs me for the rest of my life. Like I said, that is for some people. Some people want to stay small. They want to stay the owner operator for the rest of their lives. It's just not for me. One point it was, when I was younger guy. I know I'm still young to a lot of folk, man. When I was the younger guy, I was the one always going around like, this piece of cake doing this solo. Man, this is easy. I can continue to do it like this for good. And now that I would like to say getting a little wiser. I sit here and I'm like, man, forget that. Don't get me wrong, I ain't got no problem with the work, but you're real limited when it's just you. You're real limited when it's just you. And I understand that fully. I understand that completely, fully. I'm just at that level where I'm trying to figure out how do you make it financially possible. And I'm really praying on that one. I'm praying on that one. And I feel like God has put a good circle around me and other peers in the industry that can answer this question for me as well. I'm at that transitional stage where I got to figure out how to financially make that work to have multiple people in here when you really think you don't have the funds to do it. But the other part of you is like, okay, with growth, you lose money. You spend money with growth. But at the same token, if you had one or two people in here, you would think that should mean that you could sell more work and free yourself up more to do other things. So I'm at that transitional stage where I'm just trying to figure that out. That's why I'm going to keep saying I am trying my hardest and keeping my faith extra strong right now on raising up that top line so that this just isn't an issue. But that's my 2 cents worth, man. Once again, I currently have a business that runs me, but I'm getting in position to run a business. Which one are you? Shoot me a message. Let me know which one you are. Person that runs business or gets ran by the business? Or are you a person with them rose colored glasses that are always going to act like you're the big shot, even when you know doggone right, doggone well that that's not how it is, man? Y'all take it easy. Y'all stay safe out there. Stay cool. It is extra humid and hot, at least up here in Northern Virginia. Hydrated and stay blessed. Peace.
Thank you for listening to Lon Dude on Earth. We talk about all kinds of things here. The good stuff, the tough stuff, and everything in between. If you like the show, please give us a 5-star review. You can find us on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. Thanks for tuning in, and have a blessed day.